Hello YouTube family, welcome to another day, another dollar. Today I'm going to show you how to check your AC static pressure. Your static pressure can tell you almost everything you need to know about your AC system, um, including if your AC is clogged, basically if there's a blockage in the system, undercharge or overcharge. So let's get started. So first thing is first, let's make sure your gauges are reading zero on lower pressure and the high pressure. Let's go ahead and close the valves because you want to close this off. The only time you use this valve is if you are charging the system or you're discharging. Basically, you're emptying the system. All right, let's go ahead and block it. So they're all closed. All right, so as you can see, the high is reading zero, the low is also reading zero. All right, let's grab our high side. So usually it's really hard to put the hose on the wrong side, because usually the high side can only fit on high side and the low side can only fit on low side. So it's hard to put them backwards. So we got the high side. So what you need to do is make sure this valve is open all the way, because you don't want to press on the shredder valve in here and spray the refrigerant out. So make sure this one is open all the way. As you can see, this one is open. So we're just gonna grab on this sleeve and kind of pull it back, and voila. As you can see, it's all the way on. Just wiggle it around and make sure it's not, it's connected all the way. So next we're gonna install our low side. So low side on my vehicle, this is a Chevy Express 1500. Usually the shredder valve for low side is located right on the accumulator. Let's grab our low side. Just like we did with the high side, we're gonna pull the sleeve back, and that is our shredder valve right there. Let's see. All right, so, see, it's not pushed all the way on. All right, there we go. So it is all the way on. Let's make sure this one is also secure, because the last thing we want to do is spray the refrigerant out. That is illegal in the United States. You cannot vent your refrigerant out into the atmosphere, because it could damage the ozone layer and allow the UV lights to come to the earth and cause a lot of problem, including cancer. So because of that, it's forbidden to vent your AC system into the atmosphere. So let's make sure it's on all the way. So let's go ahead and close the valve. Open the valve. So as you twist, what you're doing is, as you twist this, there's a valve in here that pushes down on that shredder valve and opens the valve essentially. All right, so as we did that, so if we come back here and take a look at our high side, the pressure is reading about 90, 98. So the low side is still zero because I haven't opened the valve yet. So let's go ahead and open the valve for the high side, the low side. Twist that on. All right, so it looks like the valve is open. So we come back here and take a look at our low side. It's reading about 78. So just by looking at these numbers, we can tell that our system is overcharged. You don't need to do anything, because how the AC system works is the refrigerant that's used in the AC system kind of works with the atmosphere, right? So the pressure of the AC system is proportional to the the temperature of the day. So here in Seattle today, the temperature is about 60, 61. So if this system was not overcharged, it should be reading about, this needle should be on 60, 61-ish. So does this one. Because right now we're reading static pressure. There's no compressor kicking in to create that high side and low side. So we should be reading the same number on both sides, on the low side and the high side. So just looking at the needles right now, we know that this system is overcharged. It shouldn't be reading 80. That means the temperature outside has to be at least 80 degrees Fahrenheit. But we know that it's not. So this is telling me this vehicle system is overcharged. But I just bought this car about 2 weeks ago. I still haven't gotten my license plate yet, as you can see. So basically the person who owned the vehicle before me overcharged the system. Good thing I checked it. Hopefully sometime this week I'm gonna go ahead and discharge some of the refrigerant and bring it down to where it should be. I can't do that today because I don't have the equipment. Basically I don't have the AC extractor, not extractor, excuse me. Basically I don't have the machine to suck the refrigerant out. I can. You might say, oh, why don't you just press on the shredder valve and release it? Like I said, that's illegal. We cannot vent refrigerant into the atmosphere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get myself AC machine and remove some of those refrigerants so the system is not overcharged. So you might say, oh, why don't you just leave it as it is and let it overcharge? The problem with that, my AC is working just fine. The problem with that is you could damage your compressor. It could even rupture, the lines. You might say, oh, well, these systems are designed to handle 250 psi. Yes, it's true. But imagine if that system is overcharged for a prolonged period of time. Well, eventually it's gonna give in. So because of that, I'm gonna fix it sometime this week. Like I said, I don't have my machine today. So we're gonna conclude that for today. So another thing I want to add is, what if this was reading, let's say, I don't know, 0 or 10 psi on both high and low? In that case, right off the bat, you're low on refrigerant because there's not enough refrigerant in the system to create that pressure. So that is it for today. Until next time, you all have a wonderful day.